The problem with not being 6'8" tall. I've been lucky enough to have the all-new, all-electric BMW iX for the whole day, which means I need to say a huge thank you and a huge shout out to Ocean BMW in Plymouth for somehow trusting me with this awesome bit of kit. However, there is a bit of a twist. Now, I have been blown away recently by just how impressive the photos I've been able to get on this, the iPhone 13 Pro, have been. So here's the thing, are they good enough for me to do this whole shoot of the iX on my phone and see if anyone notices that they weren't shot on this, my main camera? And I thought it would be the perfect opportunity to give you some tips for doing car photography with your phone. So let's get into it. First things first, we want to make sure we're setting ourselves up for the best results from the offset. You wonder what I was going to pull out then? Now, if you've got the 13 Pro, or I think the 12 Pro you can do this on as well, is if you've got that, can you see that? The RAW option, you want to tap that so that's on. And what it's doing, it's capturing all the information from the photo, meaning that when we come to edit it, then we've got a lot more room for manipulation, basically, meaning we can get a better edit on the photo and therefore making it look better. The second thing we can do is switch to the telephoto camera, which is the ones down the bottom there, so number 3, there we go, hello. Not only will this give us some lens compression, but more importantly, what it will do is it will stop the wide angle warping that you get when you use a wide angled lens, and cars suffer really, really bad from this. They give a really horrendous shape to the front of it and they just look really, ugh. If you don't have a telephoto option, then what you can do is use your normal wide one and just zoom in a little bit, and that'll give a similar effect. Do as I say, not as I have done in this case. Make sure that your car is nice and clean, whereas I didn't. I got the keys for it, got a bit excited and shot off like a baboon with some mustard stuck up its arse. Oh, it's cold. When it comes to the angles, just snap like you normally would, like front 3/4, side profiles, all look good. But just remember to not fall into the trap of doing this and taking the photos from chest height or eye level, because that's typically what someone who isn't a photographer would do when they take a photo with their phone. They just hold it out in front of them when they're stood up. You get the perspective that that's where the photo has been taken from. Get some different angles that aren't just normal standing height, normal phone angles, and that will sell the effect that they've been taken on a proper camera rather than a phone even more. Don't be afraid to find leaves, trees, brambles, in my case, to create a bit of depth in your photo, because that transforms any image. There he is. I just want to talk quickly again about wheel turning, which does really make a difference to your car photos, but only when it's done right. You need to make sure you turn the wheels into the angle of your photo. I'll show you. This is my angle of the car for this photo, and as you can see, the wheels are turned towards the direction the car's facing. Yeah, so they're turned to the left. And that means that when we look at the photo from this angle, you see the wheel, not the inside of the tyre or the back of the tyre. Pro tips. Quite often, one of the biggest telltale signs that a photo has been taken on a phone rather than a camera is the depth of field or lack of it. A phone is like a GoPro. Everything is in focus all of the time. So that's where now is quite a good time to have a go with the portrait mode on iPhone. I'm sure there's equivalents on other smartphones where it adds that depth of field after the fact. The thing to watch out when you're using this for car photography, it gives brilliant results, but it's designed to pick up on people, pets, that kind of thing, not 2.5 tons of wires and batteries and metal. It doesn't really work on big wide shots of a car, especially like this, but a nice shot I always find works well with this is the car side on, if that's the car, that's the wheel, and getting like the front end, like the wheel on the lower third with a nice background behind it. That seems to work quite well in portrait. But one kind of shot that's always guaranteed to get some cool reactions and just look good in general is when you can get a nice reflection, especially when you're working on a very uninteresting, moody day like today. And the principle works exactly the same with phone photography, which is brilliant. So park the car close to a puddle. Then all we've got to do is get down nice and low to almost match the level of the puddle. The only other tip I can give you with reflection photos with your phone is not to have it like this, but to have it like that. And if you didn't see what the difference is, the camera's at the top there, and when you spin it that way, they're at the bottom, so they're as low as the ground as they can possibly be. And that is what will give you the best reflection photo. I tell you what, it's a lot easier shooting with an iPhone and nothing else than it is with cameras and tripods and different lenses and filters and all sorts of stuff like that. It's a lot easier, and that's a nice little photo shoot done with the BMW iX using nothing but my phone. So all I've got to do now is edit up those photos, which I'm going to do on my phone as well. So it's a complete iPhone only photo shoot. You would have already seen them. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. There's going to be a lot more iX content coming, which is what I'm filming now. I've got it for the whole day, so I'm going to cram as much in as possible. So keep an eye out for that. Make sure you subscribe with notifications turned on so you don't miss any of it. Like this video, comment down below. Let me know what other car videos you want to see in the future and what other cars maybe you want featured on the channel. Let me know that as well. But as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.